Well, it is moments before kickoffs, folks, and I'm Josh Newkirk here along with Sam Webb, the one and only, as number 2 Michigan prepares to play UNLV. Sam, let's just do a deep dive right in. Obviously, this is game 2 of the seasons. They got the game 1 jitters out of the book. I don't really know if they look jitterish at all.
Yeah.
Looked like a well-oiled machine, and I'm expecting a lot of the same things today. Let's talk about the offense. You got Sharon Moore back today, calling the plays. What are your expectations about this Michigan team, offensively to start there?
Yeah, so first things first, we got to start with J.J. McCarthy. If you watched our film studies this week, if you heard my commentary after the game, you know this is a different quarterback.
Right.
From a fundamentals standpoint, his footwork, we talked to Al Borges about it. We talked to Devin Gardner about it. They said it was better in this game than we saw at any point last year.
Yeah.
It was near perfect. And you saw him play his first 17 passes. 16 of them were completed, and the one that wasn't was a drop. So He is on a different level. We saw them go to play action more in that first game than it seemed like we saw in the first few games of last season. So play action established. J.J. McCarthy, his enhanced fundamentals, that was not just hype. That's legit. What should we expect to see them build on this week? They're still going to run into loaded boxes. As much as that infuriates fans, that's going to happen. The question is, how do they do it? We started to see them try to get outside with their run game, mostly with their outside zone. It was kind of spotty. It wasn't terribly successful. They need to work that because you go back to the TCU game, the game turned for them offensively when they started running outside. They got successful. Part of that was running JJ and then running play action off of that, open the field wide open. So I think this week the tweak is going to be getting outside a little more, maybe running some plays off the outside action that we saw last week. And I'm waiting to see if there are some more wrinkles in the passing game. Do we see some RPO? Do we see some different things?
I was about to just say the exact same thing, a little bit more RPO offensively. We'll see. I expect them to take some necessary next steps on the development offensively. Let's jump over to the defensive side of the ball. A lot of guys missing games last week. We got Will Johnson out. We had Rod Moore out. This team, I don't know if the news out is if they're playing or not, but what are the next steps you're seeing from this defense as they go into week 2?
Well, you had to be encouraged to be without Will, to be without Rod Moore. And think about it. The secondary, you're starting Keyshawn Harris, who used to be a walk-on, clearly more talented than regular walk-ons, right? One of the fastest guys on the team. Josh Wallace, a transfer, comes in and plays a really, really good game. Man, and you got Steve Clinkscale, who's like the DB coach, DC. He moves up to DC. So that puts a lot more on the shoulders of the guys on the field. You still got Jay Harbaugh to lean on, but you get my point. And those guys didn't go out and have any missed assignments. That is impressive, right? So, but I expect for Will Johnson to be back. We'll get the injury report. He was close to playing last week. Amariel Walker out for at least another week. I know that for a fact. We'll look at the rest of the injury report. But for them, it's building on what they did last week. More of the same. If there is a place of growth, it's what we talked about after the game, Josh, is what all the fans talk about. No sacks. Now, here's where you got to cut them some slack. ECU ran quick game. They didn't throw that many passes, but a lot of them were quick game. They're getting it out quick, throwing fade balls or quick outs or things like that. When they wanted to drop back and actually throw it down the field, they go max protect. So it just the opportunity for a lot of heat wasn't there. And yet when they did drop back and even with max protect, you'd like to see Michigan get a little more heat than they did. So what I'm looking for, getting that sack column, man, getting that sack column multiple times. I think that'll be, if I'm looking for one big takeaway, that's one I hope to be a takeaway from this game.
2 quick points for myself. Linebacker play last week was excellent. I like this. That group really seems solidified. And you can't forget about Keon Sabb. Great game by the redshirt sophomore now, or sophomore, excuse me. Expect more good things from him moving forward. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. Prediction time. I already know you're expecting Michigan to win. Will they cover? I think the spread's 1 million. I don't know, but what are you going with there? Give me a score and give me sort of what your predictions for the outcome.
Here's what I know about UNLV. Suge Knight not playing this game. Randall Cunningham not playing this game. And Ickey Woods not playing this game. They have no shot. No shot at all. To me, it is, can Michigan get up over the 40 mark this week? I think they will. I got Michigan winning this game 47-10.
I'm going to go 38-3. It still doesn't cover, but still, just because of this new era with the running clock.